took us a little over an hour, but we finally made it.
Yeah.
We are at the It review.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go ahead and start this one.
EJ, you go ahead.
I go first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay, when I first saw the trailer for It, I said, okay, this looks interesting. It's an update to the story. It's an update of the story, you know. Special effects have obviously gotten better and all this and all like that, but I was worried they was going to do what they always do. Oh, we have the money now. We have the R rating. Let's just throw the violence into it that we feel the story needs. And I felt that they showed restraint in that.
We're going to whisper off screen. You keep going.
Okay. And they didn't do that. They actually showed the restraint to actually use the violence where it was necessary in the story. Like when Georgie, we all know how the first kid bites it, plays it with a boat in the rain, boat goes in the sewer drain, Pennywise gets him. But the way they show it in this movie, it actually shows you how much of a threat Pennywise is in this movie, just in that one scene, and it was pretty cool how they did it to me. And then as the movie progressed, he actually kept that same threat even as he was trying to be the funny clown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, it sounds like you enjoyed it.
Oh, very much so. As I said earlier in the show, I'm not much of a horror guy.
Right.
So when I just sat down, I was like worried that I was going to be like, not going to see much of the movie because I'm watching it like this. But then I actually sat there and watched them like, okay, there's more to it than just the clown. The kids are actually fleshed out in this version. Yeah. You actually see how their personalities reflect their fears. Yes. It's not just, you know, let's show them a monster because it scares them. No, these actual monsters are actually taken from things out of their own lives.
Right.
And it actually made it more scary that way because here's something that actually knows these things about you and not just trying to scare you. He's actually using what you know against yourself.
Okay. So,
let me see.
What's up?
Night hippie chick 90 says no secrets.
No secrets.
We were whispering.
No secrets.
Now this might sound like a strange question to ask, but it's actually extremely relevant. The movie theater you saw it in, nice big screen, right?
Yes.
Nice sound system, everything was good?
Yes.
Okay, well, I saw this movie with Zach
I get to go
last night, and he's going to go ahead and tell us the story of how that went.
Do you want me to do my experience with the movie first?
Go ahead. We want to make sure we preface this before we give our review.
Okay, so first of all, when we get in there, we saw this last night. It was the 9 o'clock showing. It was literally me and Walker and probably 2 other people. Mm-hmm. And so we get a nice little seat up front. But this is our theater we have in town that we love and have been going to for years. And I was quite disappointed. Because we had our left speaker, which is we're on the left side of the screen's blown out. So we don't have sound from us. We're hearing it from across the room. And
we're missing half of the audio.
Yeah, and then there's some lady in there who's not even a hostess. What do they call those? Usher.
Yeah, she's not
or anything. Not an employee at all. And she's in there seating everybody
like cattle.
Like everybody come this way. And I'm one of those people that I like to have my personal space. I don't want people sitting next to me. I'm fine with.
You gotta have that cushion on each side.
Yeah, yes. And I'm fine with Walker, even though he was stealing my armrest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's what family does.
Yeah. And then so she's like, okay, are no one sitting in these 2 seats? And I'm like, no. And then she just throws people next to me. That's a little greedy of me because the theater was full, but it's not her place. She's not working there. She's selling.
I wouldn't word it that way.
She doesn't work there.
Yeah, I wouldn't word it that way.
She's selling like not even selling. She's just passing out coupons for like something that she's selling for or whatever, like some product that she's selling, not Avon, but things like that. And she's just pushy. She's telling everybody where to sit. Oh, there's 3 of you guys. Go sit over here.
She was asking everybody, like, is there only this many number of you?
Yeah,
all right,
it's not, and so for some reason the theater was letting her do it, and it was just irritating. Yeah. So then we order food, and when I go to the theater, I love
chicken wings.
Yeah, I get buffalo chicken wings, boneless, and I get that it's coming out. It's a movie everybody's wanting to see, so I'm not really I'm not stressing about the time. And it wasn't even that long. It was probably a 30-minute wait.
I didn't know you were gonna go this far.
But yeah, it ruined it for me. But then my wings are cold, so that made it even worse. And then there's loud, annoying people everywhere in front of us, behind us, next to us. And they're just unnecessarily loud.
Can I just say, Zach does not like people to have reactions in the movie.
Yes.
I had received a couple elbows yesterday.
Yeah, I even had to get on him because he got scared at one part. I'm like, dude, you're better than this. You do not.
Zach sounds like he got visited by Pennywise with the fear of a bad movie experience.
Yes. Like, I'm fine if you're scared. But I was just sitting here whispering to him, why are they so loud? Why do they have to talk to the screen? And then Walker... whenever a part of the scene happened, I'm like,
I did not audibly make a noise while I was watching it.
I did.
I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, we have been watching horror movies. We don't get scared like this. They good job to them for scaring him. But that like, he had already known how frustrated I was getting at these people talking to the screen.
He probably would have murdered me if he had gone to go see Annabelle Creation with me, because I was equally as audible during that time.
But no, it made it worse for me because you saw how frustrated I was getting.
I know.
He's like, why are you turning around? Because I'll turn around to tell these, like, give the people the look, like, hey, I paid money to watch the movie, not hear you talk to the screen when you're right behind me. But
how'd you like it?
I loved it.
Yes.
It was
bad experience aside.
Yes, I was able to forgive my awful experience. Just because how much I love the movie. This is the Pennywise we didn't...
We needed, deserved.
We deserve this Pennywise. It has been 27 years, and I'm going to be honest.
Which is also fitting to the plot of the story.
I did not like the first... I'm sorry, I'm really...
Oh.
I did not like the first... no, okay, I did... I'm not even going to get into that.
Wait,
we're going to get into that later.
None of us watched it yet.
Yeah.
So you just... We haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. He hasn't watched it. None of us have watched
the original
It
1990 completion. No.
Yeah, the 90 It, we have not watched it.
Dude, I'm the youngest one here, and I've seen it several times.
Oh,
okay.
I thought this was a thing that it was kind of a big part of what we were doing.
This is kind of a big part. But no, okay, so let me get into it because this is where I come in. Let me read these comments. If you want to go ahead and do yours, I'll come back to me. I'm just going to read these comments.
You're going to read them out loud?
She said, it's back to Hippie Chick 90. Ha ha ha. There's 4 ha's.
Talk in your mic.
4 ha's. Ha ha ha. I jumped, but I tried to cover my mouth if I'm going to make a noise. I'm going to see it tomorrow. I can't wait. So we won't do any spoilers. Yeah. No. Jonathan Drew said something that erased it.
Good job, John.
It was probably, knowing John, it was probably that.
Yeah, go ahead and just keep reading. Are you done?
Yeah, okay, so that was it for right now, so I'm going to go back into what... First of all...
Don't review the original.
The characters were... I loved all the characters.
Yeah, there was no annoying character in the movie.
Except for...
there it is.
What was this?
What did he do?
Oh, the one having...
The bully?
The one having his bar mitzvah.
Oh,
Stanley, yes. Given we needed that character that's like, no, guys, we shouldn't do this. Because you got to have that character. Because if everyone's just like,
don't spoil what he does. But
yeah. So, I did not like him. He just annoyed me. But I expected there to be that character. Oh, what is the kid's name? His name is Edgar. But I'm trying to think of the actor's name. Something Dylan Grazer.
Oh, his name's not Edgar. It's Eddie.
I'm pretty sure they called him Edgar.
No, it was Eddie.
His name is Eddie.
Was it Eddie?
It was always
right here,
for some reason I really thought his name was Edgar.
Jake Dylan Grazer.
Yeah, Jake Dylan Grazer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the mom called him Edgar. But
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked him. He was honestly probably next to
yeah, because the way
Bill, probably my favorite, or not Bill.
Because the fact that he was
the
Richie.
smallest one. Richie's character, but the fact that he's like the shortest character, and he's just funny. Like, he cracked me up the entire
Now,
time.
The
I agree.
one with
I
the
agree with you.
glasses?
I agree with
Yeah.
you 100%. I thought the movie was excellent.
However, yeah, Finn Wolfhard was hilarious also.
Yes. Now,
But I'm not. That's not even.
you're not done.
No,
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm just
Keep going.
Okay, the storyline I actually enjoyed.
Yes.
I like how Pennywise was trying to weaken them by getting in with their fears.
Yes.
Having Eddie being a germaphobe, and then not doing spoilers yet. But no, so the storyline was great. Pennywise just blew me away.
Oh, Pennywise was perfect.
Yes.
You can get into their personalities. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, that's true. But those are personalities. Richie being scared of clowns, and he's messing with them that way. Eddie with the germaphobe. But no, the way Pennywise, from his costume to his performance to his shape shifting and his what he can do.
Just this general look in general.
Yes.
Just when he's standing still, because the way they presented him, I just love the way they presented him. Like, there's something off with him.
Yeah.
And he's not hiding it from you. He's like, I'm not human, and I want you to know this.
Yeah. And I, for those who don't know, I do a haunted house, so costuming is a big thing for me, and I like how Pennywise goes way back.
Oh yeah.
So he has this Renaissance-looking costume, and it's just because going from back to the 1990 Pennywise, where he's wearing a modern-day clown costume, it's really kind of like, where'd you get it? But no, I just like, so costuming was a big thing for me. And just Pennywise, would you just, even like you said, just standing there, or even a silhouette or anything, and you see his costume and just his height and everything is just mind-blowing. And that's another, like, I've seen people's reviews just on his costume, and they're like, oh, he's go back to the baggy suit. No, he doesn't. He looks perfectly fine the way he is, because you can see his, as if you want to go back to Pennywise the Dancing Clown, you could see it in him how he was, like, he has that charm and that whimsical appearance. Just his performance, everything, costuming, I loved it. I give it I say it's a solid 10. Absolutely not. Probably not the best movie of 2017 coming out, but I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Honestly,
Nice. Right.
I would give it a 9.
I was gonna say about 8.5, 9 myself as well. I'll give it the 9. I'll go 9.
I was gonna go with 8, but then just like because just thinking back on it,
because it's just how pleasantly surprised I was. I came out of it.
Yeah.
I came out of this movie like, where's chapter 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime
I wanted more.
Anytime you set me up for a sequel like that, you got me, because you made me buy into this.
Yeah.
Now, who are you going to cast for them 27 years later? That's the next question.
Yeah. Well,
Because you got to cast adult actors who can keep the same chemistry they had as children.
Yeah.
Because they have to be the same people.
Toxic Fuse in a red balloon. Jonathan Drew says Seal Float too.
guys.
Okay.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, you want to put your review in?
I have not given mine yet.
All right, because I got questions for y'all.
Really?
So
Cool.
y'all go ahead with
Cool.
go ahead with your review.
Okay.
Make it quick.
I probably did not enjoy it as much as you guys did.
But
we already mentioned that it was a terrible theater experience, so I'm trying not to apply that to
don't bump any points down from the movie because of our experience.
I'm going to give it a second. I'm definitely going to give it a second view, because
absolutely.
I still
So would you say your
absolutely
review is
enjoyed it.
inconclusive until you can see it again?
It's part of it is inconclusive.
Would you get? We'll come back for the
'Cause
score.
the parts that, even though there was some parts that I admittedly got scared and I did make noise of it. There were some parts that I felt did not land for me, but I do believe that had a lot to do with the fact that the sound was not all there. So I can't really give a review on the music.
Understandable.
The music that I did hear, I did enjoy. There was some really cool throwback music that was in there, and the score itself was really good. Mm-hmm. The cinematography was outstanding. I thought the cinematography was amazing. Yes. The cinematographer, try to remember. I'm definitely not going to try to say.
For example, when like when he put the thing back on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That little shot was cool as hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Whenever Stan was messing with that shot, that shot with the whole angle was amazing. I'm not gonna spoil what that was.
But that movie, I'm telling you, I was pleasantly surprised by it so much that anytime I leave a horror movie happy, that's almost unheard of.
Right.
Especially for someone like me who doesn't really enjoy horror. So I left this movie like I want another.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You wanted more.
There was a few shots in there, especially some of the action shots with Pennywise and stuff. I was getting a bit of a James Wan vibe, which is definitely a compliment. I think James Wan does some of the best action mixed with horror out there. There were some excellent scenes in there. And what's up?
Jonathan Drew says, "For your first stream, good job," which is not like him.
What's that?
Jonathan Drew said, "For our first stream, we're doing a good job," which is
thank you.
It's not really like Jonathan much.
He is a professional streamer, so I will accept that compliment.
We'll take that as a compliment.
Yes. So
thank you,
also the cinematographer. Oh boy, Chung Hoon Chung. Definitely. I hope I did not butcher that. He was also he did the cinematography for the original Old Boy.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah. Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes. What's up?
No, I was
cool.
agreeing.
Okay. Now for my no, there's still a lot more positives. I'm sorry. I thought the chemistry between the kids was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was not a bad one in the bunch. But
would it be a spoiler if we talked about certain moments that are iconic to the story, but the way they did it?
You're walking a thin line there. It depends on it depends on what it is. Depends on
the way they did the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Oh yeah. That's a bit of a spoiler, I think.
But the way they did it was
was cool. You can talk about it. Say it now. The bathroom part was cool, but I'm not going to tell you what that means.
Yeah, that's
Horror Champs is doing a spoiler review.
Yeah. By the way, Horror Champs, my brother's channel here. We will have a spoiler review where we will go in full detail. Are we going to try to do that right after this? It's up to the two of you. I live here, guys.
We're not going to do all that. The fall movie coming out. So.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. So I'm saying, it will literally just be cut down into it.
We are going to go straight into the
review.
Yeah, we're going to go straight into the review.
I'm down.
Okay, so if you guys go ahead and subscribe to the Horror Champs, don't do it now, but I'm going to have a link in there.
Don't leave the video.
Don't leave us.
don't leave. Don't leave.
Okay, but anyway, we're going to do a spoiler review right after this, and it'll be live.
Yeah, and then we can get into all the detail and everything.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But, I mean, I know some of you guys have already said that you had not seen it, so...
And are we still going to do the other thing
later? You can
later
still catch it there when you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, like I said, I thought the chemistry was great. I think Finn Wolfhard probably was my favorite. Next to I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite now.
Well,
I thought Eddie was Eddie Richie. They were all great. I thought even Betty was awesome.
The Losers Club as a whole was good.
Betsy?
No, it's Beverly.
Oh, that's totally. Betty was the missing one. She was great for that.
She
Beverly was great.
Performance.
Great performance as the missing child.
I did.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Jaden something.
Jaden Lieberher.
He did his job.
He did.
He did a great performance. I believed him.
That's why. That's one of the reasons why I absolutely enjoyed the Book of Kevin. If he was also in the Book of Kevin, if you guys didn't know that, he played Kevin.
Oh.
But
everybody played their role real. I enjoyed Mike's arc because his is the only one where he kind of mirrored George's brother,
right?
In a way that his fear comes from loss.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Georgie, I don't know how old that kid is.
I think he was born in 200007, so 7 years old.
No, he would be
great.
9.
He is
10.
great.
Sorry, bad math.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was excellent.
Yeah.
He tripped me out. I like that little kid.
Oh man, Georgie was great too.
And
he's really far.
The Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise.
Oh
yeah, top notch.
Let's just give Pennywise a round of applause right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you because he just. I mean, the makeup, the look, the his effects. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Everything he did in the movie still left questions. At the end, that chapter 2 has the answer. He showed so much of himself, yet we still know nothing.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
Will Poulter, he was originally cast as Pennywise, and then he said he kind of whatever that
actor kid.
And then he decided to play a even worse dude in Detroit.
But he might get that Oscar.
Oh, he'll get an Oscar for it, no doubt. But I'm just saying, it's weird that he went from playing a fictional evil clown to Detroit.
There was an interview with Andy Muschietti that was, I think it came out a few weeks ago, where he mentioned that Will Poulter, he went to Will Poulter once because Cary Fukunaga was the original director. What's up?
Jonathan Drew wants to know: will you only be doing live streams?
No,
I don't know if I picked up
no, guys. I know this is like our very first episode, so we have not been very clear. Well, we've been very long, but we have not been very clear on what exactly our goal is with this channel.
But stick around, and we'll tell you more.
Yes, let's finish this It review. But yeah, it's definitely not all gonna be live stuff. Anyway, where was I at? You interrupted me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Andy Muschietti was saying in that interview that Will Poulter, we came up to Will Poulter after they changed the director to him. And he said that he just was not into it anymore. He said he lost the character, I guess. He had it, and then he lost it. It happens. So so Andy Muschietti said he liked that opportunity because it gave him an opportunity to go out and find his own Pennywise, which I think he did a great job.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So Bill Skarsgård is definitely a great discovery here. Now for my negatives.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. What your negative? Well, let's start with EJ.
Yeah, go ahead and start with EJ.
So, what did you not like about the movie?
What did I not like about? There seemed to be a slowdown somewhere in the middle where it made sense to the story why they had it, but it could have been. I think it could have been handled a better way where they first. Well, I'm trying not to spoil anything. Where
I gotcha.
They first go their separate ways.
Yeah.
They could have handled that a little better.
Yeah.
Could have trimmed that down a little bit more than they did because it felt like there was like a part of the movie where you go, okay, this could be a little shorter, and we can get back to the other parts a little faster.
I got you. What about you? Or you got any more?
I can't think of any other negatives I had. About everything else I enjoyed. I have some nitpicks, but they've been more often than not like nothing's real. Like it's more like for example, like when
non-spoilery.
You want to say this for
I'll save it for horror chance.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
There was a few, believe it or not, negatives. Wow. The CGI, which
dang, you stole mine.
Yeah, I would have preferred them not to have CGI, but I know you have to. Nowadays, you have to. Okay, but can't even say which part because I'll spoil it. But there was definitely some CGI that just kind of looked terrible, but they also had CGI that looked fantastic.
Yeah,
I think I can explain the way the one scene you're thinking about because I think that was meant to be intentional that he looked that way.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to have been distorted by what he came out of.
I hear you.
Possibly,
I hear it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm not done.
Go.
Then, which I could say is without it spoiling, the way Pennywise runs.
Whoa, you're talking about like the whole.
Every time he runs, the whole shaking back and forth, which I mean, it looks cool, but I think they used it a little too much.
It was used a bit too much, and then there was a part in the ending that I know at least you and I thought was kind of.
It was corny, but I liked it, and we'll get into that with the horror champs. I actually, if we're talking about the same thing.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I liked it. It was corny, but I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I just think it was executed not exactly the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you kind of hit on all the points I was going to make about the VFX. It kind of took me out of it a little bit. It wasn't too terrible, but
it didn't ruin the movie for me.
And I thought that I don't think this is a spoiler as long as we don't talk about how it ended.
Well, if it's in the book, it doesn't count as a spoiler.
It is. It does count as a spoiler, and I don't know if it's in the book or not.
I'm not reading it.
But what's his name? Henry's character. Man, it does kind of go into a little spoiler. I just felt like he was there with the ending with or the parts with him in the third act could have been executed better.
Yeah. Wait, Henry?
Henry, that's his name, right? The bully.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Then okay, I just want to make sure we're on the talking about the same person.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that when I was watching the movie. I'm like, okay, this is because I was watching the movie. I'm like, okay, he's kind of over the top. What's going?
Yeah,
and then when that plot line revealed itself, I'm like, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I think his name is Ben. Yeah, Ben. He's the one whose family was. No, I can't talk about that part either. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
I like that was another thing I liked.
I thought he was underused.
The way Pennywise messed with him.
Well, but I thought he was underused.
Yeah, he definitely could have been. He had such a big part that he was, but they didn't show.
It was Chosen Jacobs, the actor of Mike. Or what? No,
Ben right here's.
Well, then I've been saying the wrong name then.
Oh well, no. Well then, I still stay.
I'm so sorry, Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, the
Chosen Jacobs.
The farmer's dude with the lamb and the air gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, he was underused. You didn't even remember.
Oh well. Okay, so we are talking about the same dude.
So then.
Yeah, but who's Ben?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Ben. That name does sound familiar.
Honestly, slipping my mind right now.
Anyway.
Was Ben one of the bullies?
Could have been.
Patrick was one of them.
Was Ben the chubby kid?
Yes.
It was a chubby kid.
I liked him.
I liked him too. He was a pretty good.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yes, what you were talking about, Mike. Yes, he's the one that I like the way Pennywise messed with him.
Yeah,
because don't tell why.
Yeah, it was great though.
Yeah, it was very. It was
like he was the one. Yeah, he had a very important, not important to the story, but he had a big story. There was not enough of him.
Yeah. Now, as far as gore, what did you guys think? Did you think it was a right amount? Did you think
really wasn't that much?
It was the perfect amount for me because, like I told you, I'm not much of a gore head, so it didn't veer into territory where I felt it was excessive. Yeah. When it was in this movie, it was like it served to tell the story.
Yeah, it made. Yeah,
it made sense to have it at this point.
Yeah. Now, as far as the screenplay itself, they still kept Cary Fukunaga's screenplay, which was great.
Which was great. Good. It was. Nice.
I thought I've never read the book, but from what I've heard, it is still none of the book. Not all of the book was covered in this movie, which is good.
Yeah, but there's certain things in the book they can't obviously do on screen.
They kept it very trim. Mm-hmm. They kept it neat, and I appreciated that a lot.
Because a lot of times when they adapt Stephen King stuff, they feel like they had to add every little detail from the book into the movie.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you just take out because he puts those details in because it's a book. And it helps them. It's called building the scene, but when you're actually on a movie, you don't need to build the scene. You can just add those elements to the scene.
And that's why it can be hit or miss with a Stephen King story. Mm-hmm. I think that's one. Was it Dark Tower?
The Dark Tower. That was a studio decision. I don't blame that on anyone but Sony.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's still a very bloated story. It's still very hard to adapt. That's one of the reasons. He writes a lot of his books because he's expecting them to be made into movies, but the stories aren't hard
that's
to
why
adapt.
I like the angle they tried where they said, okay, instead of adapting the books, we'll just set this as a new story set in the world of the books, but it's technically like aren't they on like the 7th Dark Tower book?
Yes.
So this is technically like the 8th book. This is supposed to be like the 8th Dark Tower book.
Right.
That was a cool angle to take, but you didn't capitalize on it.
But when you get the good filmmakers that are willing to make his films, like with The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, that's Frank Darabont both times.
Exactly, he's a great filmmaker. So,
and then you
also
get a good
filmmaker.
And you get him you actually get Frank Darabont 3 times.
Yeah,
The Mist.
That's right. Yeah, The Mist too. Mm-hmm. So you get a good filmmaker on a Stephen King story.
You get Frank Darabont.
Yes. And this is up there now with the Frank Darabont, because Frank Darabont is in my top Stephen King adaptations. So I greatly appreciate that they kept this story short.
So, what's your rating for it?
My rating,
Not
like I said, I am not.
You can't,
I don't know. I don't know if I can bring it up to a 9. I could probably bring it. It's a hesitant 9. It's very close to a 9. I mean, I would, if I was going to give it anything, it would be an 8.5. But I will give it a 9. But it still has. What's that?
Give it 8.5.
Give it 8.5. Give it what you want to give it. Give it that 8.5.
I'll give it an 8.5. It's just
that's about a 26.
if we were to make the stars for that one, it's going to, or our star board would look a little confusing. But yeah, I'm giving it an 8.5. But I'm pretty sure I can take it to a 9. Giving it a second.
Yeah, I'm definitely
give a second watch.
Tomorrow.
I'm probably gonna give it more than 2 watches. Yeah. It's gonna be a couple of them. I know a lot of people.
I know I'm seeing it again tomorrow night.
Do you think that Warner Bros. Will release an unrated cut?
I don't think there's anything that was left in it. What do you think?
Was there any?
I don't think so. I'm just not saying that.
I would like to.
There's stuff in the book that they would never even do in an unrated cut. So, I don't think that. I don't see any need for it. But if they would, I would watch it.
You think we'll get a trailer for it Chapter 2 when Chapter 1 comes out on Blu-ray?
No, they haven't even. They have not secured any of the actors yet. They have not even secured Andy Muschietti as the director yet.
Most times when you get you could do a trailer without casting. You can just show just dive back and just show start to show the aftermath from the first movie, and then kind of jump forward 27 years later, and then show where that is now, and then you can say you show the end of show what happens at the end of Chapter 1, and then you do a fast forward, not like a time skip, but a fast forward, showing you what changed in this area in the 27 years, and then show it now, where that is in place, where everything changed around it, and then you can say you can say he's coming back, and then you say fall 2019 or something.
If they would have done it, I would have thought they would have added it at the end of the credits. I don't see them doing that.
Was there post credit?
No, I was hoping there was, but apparently there wasn't.
Because I got up and left because I didn't want to be late.
Spoilers.
Shut up. So I do have a question for you guys. Who would you like to see portray the characters in the
adults?
Chapter 2?
The adults
as adults.
As the
wow,
adults.
That is not in our show notes. Man.
Oh, plot twist. They are now.
I can't think of anything right now because it's hard.
I can see Jason Bateman somehow popping up in there somehow.
I hope not. Far too old.
He's not.
I think he looks like it.
27 years?
I think that'd be about 40.
He'd be in his early 40s. He's in his early 40s.
I would like to see. I think Matt Damon would play a good.
I don't think they'd be able to get Matt Damon.
The fat kid, Ben.
I don't know. I don't think
Matt Damon has that face.
It would be cool.
He was chubby as a child.
If you're saying who we think will play, or who would we like to see?
Who would we like to see?
Who we would like to see?
Yeah. That's why I say who like. You could be real unrealistic.
I don't see anybody. I don't know.
I can't think of it right now because
it's almost impossible.
Because I almost kind of want them to wait 27 years and use these people again.
I know. I mean, it would be hard.
I'll be 58 when Chapter 2 finally comes out.
It's hard for me to even think of a movie where Matt Damon has that kind of chemistry with the rest of the cast. To be honest, he's kind of too leading man for that.
Yeah.
So.
I think it would work better if you get a group, just like you did here, get a group of unknowns.
Yeah.
Because you believe it more because you're not going, I know that guy from something else. I know her from something else. I know him from something else.
It'd be great to think that they even expected to have that chemistry 27 years later. Because, I mean, they probably
that'd be kind of cool. They go separate ways. They kind of link back up. How they're going to do that would be kind of weird, but I mean, I think they can get it done.
But you also got to take into account that by them being set in the 80s, you can add the internet to the mix now because 27 years they've grown up in the age of the internet.
Yeah, they said it was shot with.
It's supposed to be 1988, 89. Yeah, so it will be in modern time.
Yeah.
So by the time it comes around again, He'll be in the age of smartphone. Pennywise in the age of smartphones and computers. I want to see that movie now.
He's gonna be tweeting everything. You'll float. Hashtag you'll float too. What? It doesn't show me on here.
It just says live.
It also says live. Okay. Man, you made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, I don't know.
Because you could do so much more now because he's in the age of computers.
Yeah.
He can actually it'd be really cool to see what he does. Like, does he take over the kids' video games now?
Maybe vaping, rolling around on hoverboards and stuff.
Just takes the hoverboard. He turns a fidget spinner into like a 3-way blade and chops fingers off with it and whatnot. I would love to see what they do.
I would like to see, yeah.
I would like to see a millennial Pennywise. I would like to see that.
All right, guys. Well, we were originally going to have a game here, but Zach.
That was the
technical
fault.
Producer again. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and we're going to get ready for the It spoiler review for the Horror Champs channel.
Link in the description below.
It will be there in a minute. Okay. So, anyways, so my name's once again Walker Cheatham. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all of that. Walker Cheatham. It's all the same there. Make sure you check out moviechampsshow.com for more movie news, and we got trailers, we have movie reviews. Once again, shout out to Alex Smith for those film reviews, and Eddie, EJ, where can we find you, buddy?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Movie Champs EJ. It's all the same. Just find me, like me, and subscribe.